ready to walk. Shit. Just drove your ass to the car wash yesterday after I took her. This motherfucker got dirty again.
Start with the end of the NFL draft. It is the final day with rounds 4 through 7. And about to complete rounds 2 and 3. Now, Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders once again did not hear his name called. 3 rounds complete now. The quarterback is still waiting. ESPN's Mark Zeno believes he may still be waiting by the end of the day.
Shedeur Sanders is going on draft. Let's just look at this logically. There's not a quarterback-leading team, and a team that could proceed winning a quarterback at this point within the next year or two. That is going to take. Why? Because they passed on him 3 times already.
3 of the quarterbacks were selected yesterday. We will have coverage of the here on ESPN.
Say he look like Cuz ain't gonna even get drafted.
To the NBA playoffs, 4 games on the Central. One tipping off in about 2 hours in Miami. The Heat taking on the Cavaliers. Cleveland up 2 games to none. And the Cavaliers with 5.
They say the boy ain't gonna get drafted, man.
On ESPN. Also today, 3:30
Ooh, and that would be a shame if that's the case.
6 p.m. Eastern. The Nuggets are at the Clippers and leading 2 games to 1. And tonight on ESPN Radio, we've got the Rockets visiting the Warriors. That will be game 3 of that series down at the games East. Our coverage begins at 8 Eastern, and the game can also be seen on ABC. There's also quadruple header day in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Lightning and Panthers with the defending champs up 2-0. Golden Knights and Wild. Minnesota with a surprise 2-1 lead in that series. Leafs trying to sweep the Senators up 3 games to none. And the Stars on the Avalanche with Dallas leading 2 games to 1.
Hey, it's Michelle Smallman, and coming up Monday, I'll tell you which teams got the draft completely wrong and are headed for a long season.
The nippy walk shit, I need a jacket or something on. I guess I'll go in the house and get it. Because I need to walk.
ESPN Cleveland. For the world. It's Hammer and Emmett on ESPN Radio and ESPN app.
I'm Aaron Goldhammer. Here's Evan Golden. Hammer and Emmett on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app on Sirius XM Channel 80. You can ask your smart speaker to play ESPN Radio. NBA playoffs roll forward. Some great games last night while all this NFL draft drama was going on.
Hold on. What? There's basketball going on right now?
The NBA playoffs still are going on. We will touch on.
I thought they fall.
I'm promising that we will touch on some NBA playoffs momentarily. But a couple other Shedeur-related things that I want to mention. It's obviously the biggest story in sports. That This guy's not been drafted yet. And
he ain't going to get drafted.
He didn't go in the first round. He didn't go in the first 3 rounds of the draft. As pointed out to us by a close friend who works in the football media landscape, and I'll leave it there. But you gotta, and this is, I think, a fair point. Like, for as strange as this is, Tom Brady is closely connected with Deion, knows Shedeur as well as anybody. The Raiders have a 35-year-old, I'm sorry, Geno Smith is not going to the Hall of Fame quarterback. They have passed on him like 6 times. They've traded down, they've picked other players.
Good morning, P-Town.
You'd think that if the Raiders even liked him, that they would have taken him at some point in the first 3 rounds. They're a quarterback-needing team as much as anybody.
Yeah, I believe that Shedeur has worked with Tom Brady. Like, Tom has a understanding of who Shedeur Sanders is as a person and a player, maybe more than some GMs do, and they haven't been interested. And that's a friend, right? That Deion considers a friend, a close friend of the family.
So what does that tell you? What does that tell you?
It tells me that they don't think he was worth, that Tom Brady doesn't think he was worth a 3rd round pick.
Also, there are some guys that have gone day 3, that are going to the Hall of Fame. Of course. I mean, Tom Brady, obviously. Maybe he wants to light a fire under him and make him the 199th pick in the draft. And then Kirk Cousins, a 4th-round pick, had a really good career. He's not going to the Hall of Fame, but I think he's made some cash. Rich Gannon, Dak Prescott was a 4th-round draft pick.
Yeah.
Is he the highest paid QB in the NFL? He's one of them.
60 M's a year, if I'm not
Long Pete time.
Matt Hasselbeck led a team to a Super Bowl and had multiple Pro Bowls and All Pros and all that. Was a late-round draft pick. Mark Brunell, Mark Bolger, Mark Rippon led a team to a Super Bowl. Joe Theismann was a late-round draft pick. Names rhymes with Heisman. So it is still possible, to your point, that Shedeur has a good NFL career despite what's happened over the last couple of days.
Yeah, he is going to get drafted. That's why I am not outraged. If he doesn't get drafted, then I'm going to go, the NFL is crooked and dirty. I mean, they might kind of be that anyway, but I'm going to be, come on. Yeah. Then I'm going to be upset.
Hammer and Emmett is crooked and dirt.
Yeah. Touche. Right.
Hammer and Emmett is also presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options. The Lakers. I want to be careful with the Lakers. I want to be careful.
Man, not doing good at all, bro.
Who thought that the Lakers were just going to waltz to the conference finals to take on the Oklahoma City Thunder?
I needed that money from YouTube this week, but I didn't get it.
Right now, and I think the realization they made the Luka trade was a great trade. This isn't their best look.
But I didn't get it, y'all.
No, I also think this is JJ Redick's first time in this position as Lakers head coach too. And you know, sometimes you got to figure it out when you're in that situation and under this microscope for the first time. So I think that's interesting. This series will go long. I still like
This boy Rob Moses had me up talking. It's a conversation with me, man. That nigga know a little something I say.
Be mean to people, but they were.
But yeah, I found out who Lante is. I know who he talking about.
Because I can't say I've really ever seen that much.
When he told me the first cat he met from my section was Lante Benson, he said, yeah, I know who Cuz is. Know exactly who he is.
38, 10 boards, and 4 assists. And Anthony Edwards had 29, was really good late in the game.
I was saying, because he brought up those years, I said, I got to know who Cuz is. Shit, I was around then.
Talked about how the Lakers going to bounce back in game 4, down 2-1 on the road.
Turnovers on the road is not going to be a good ingredient for
Excuse me.
giving them 30 points, they can get off those turnovers. You know, they have 20 plus points. And transition as well. So, you know, we got to control the controllables and
Yeah, but I read something on Shedeur Sanders. I kind of can see why people ain't drafting him like that. Despite him throwing 64 touchdowns and 13 interceptions these last 2 years in football.
This magic carpet ride. Everything was easy on their way to the NBA Finals. I think they're finding out, although they'll win this series, it's not going to be as good.
Yeah, and then, like I said, he didn't do the East-West Shrine. He didn't do the thing at the Combine. It's a lot of shit he didn't do that he should have done, bro.
Against a very physical, up-and-coming team. I really do.
So that's what probably hurt him.
Being a contender in the Eastern Conference. So I looked at
And then his evaluation was real bad, bro. He was on the bottom of the totem pole for a lot of shit with quarterbacks.
So
I mean, he was on the bottom, cuz. So that's what happened.
I just, for everybody who's assuming shut the Eastern Conference down, just give ball.
I thought maybe it's
a little bit some headway.
you ain't winning the series.
That's not the case, though.
If you push back for him, Aaron, the only competition they have is the Cavaliers. That's it.
I mean, you don't think Orlando can take them 6? I disagree. Yeah, I think this series is going to go 6 games.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Jason Tatum. was really good coming back from the wrist injury. But remember, Jaylen Brown, has a long way to go with an injury situation too, and has not been healthy late. 26, and we had this on while we were doing our draft coverage. Yeah, bodies, blood,
party all the time.
The Orlando Magic. I hesitate to call them dirty because I don't know.
That was Eddie Murphy crazy. Eddie Murphy went to the studio, dropped the song.
Every time you play the Orlando Magic, and that's how they're
My girl like to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time.
On my bingo card last night. Did you see his box score?
See, party to them meant getting high, fucking and sucking and can on. When they say they partying.
The Bucks win game 3, 117-101. Did this outcome change your outlook on how you think?
My girl like to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time.
And I really couldn't tell you who would win it.
Party all the time.
But I really think this is a coin flip of the series, and it was the first game on Milwaukee's home court.
Just send me a couple bucks for the cash app, man. Give me a Burbage, man.
They don't have home court advantage, but if you win the home floor, then you're going to keep this series going.
Enough to give me Burbage, man.
He's not going to win the MVP. I could argue this is his best season.
I was going to walk. It's windy as fuck. So I need to go back home and get me a jacket.
Had 7 points, 1 of 8 from 3 last night. I think there is legitimate speculation that Giannis's time in
Then you're starting to see more and more street people.
In this series.
Now I got the weather want to warm up.
Conversation of the NBA offseason.
They come out of hiding. Wherever they be when it's cold.
Miami at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm not going to tip off how I wagered on this game, but it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Where Rob at?
I'm still rolling with the Cavs. Cavs and
Thunder are going to sweep the game. I don't know why Memphis is 3, I think.
Yeah, right. It should have been Thunder in 1. If you lose by 50 points, the series should be over. I'm with you on that.
And I'm disappointed. Nuggets Clippers was so fun. And I grew up in Denver. I'm a huge Nugget fan. They're so banged up. I'm worried that they're going to let go of the world. Maybe it's not such a great idea to make a coaching change 3 games before the season is over. A big game.
How the Nuggets doing against the Clippers?
That's the big thing to watch. Steve Kerr implied that he might, despite a bad bone bruise on his labrum, he took a really hard fall.
What did the Clippers fuck around win it all, bro?
And is that your labrum? Maybe
your labrum is this.
Everybody be shocked, huh?
I got that right.
Who that, Miss Jones? I ain't got my glasses on.
Going into their game 4 in Golden State. Coming up next.
Oh, that's Scheider.
It is time for us to spin the wheel. I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, see, it'd be a trip if the Clippers win it on.
Somebody does, because it's time for us to roll the wheel of topics. Ever and ever on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Wheel of Topics. Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN Radio. It's a showdown that Ricky Field plays over in the Philadelphia Phillies go head-to-head with Cal Tucker and the Chicago Cubs. A solo shot.
What y'all doing out there in Jersey, man? Yeah, he fragile, man, that dude.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on.
Yeah, he pretty fragile, bro.
Crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up. I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, then download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app and earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code EXIT25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank.
Well, you out in the woods?
Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code EXIT25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code EXIT25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hi, this is Ben.
So you in the woods?
Best Plumbing and AC Company here in Las Vegas. And you know, I have to tell you that I love my dog, Holly. And that's why we'll give you 10% off any plumbing or AC repairs if you have a pet in the house. Not kidding.
Y'all hold on a second. Let me run in the store. Hold on. When they Rob Moses up. You see deers too? Right on. Birds chirping. Deer. That's cool. Hi. One of the something boys. And that motherfucker didn't even move. Wow. Didn't even move. Fuck wrong with you, ho? Fucking flying through the goddamn parking lot. For a fucking spot at the gas tank when it's 20 of them in here? Wow. This bitch about to cause an accident trying to get gas. Windy as fuck. See the deers chirping. Yeah, I can't wait to get back to the Storytelling Thursday, bro. But I had to come back on today. I had to talk with Rob Moses last night. Because he knew I was going to look into what he was talking about. And yeah, I know who dude is. I know exactly who he is. I'm going to say there wasn't too much going on in the hood that I did not know. That's a week, YouTube still ain't fucking paying, man. That's crazy how they pay. It's crazy how they pay, cuz.
I want to jump in here and say this. I'm a collectibles guy. I collected baseball and basketball cards like crazy when I was growing up.
YouTube might change because of the TIRAS. YouTube, Google, all kind of shit about to change because of these Trump fucking up for everybody, cuz. Whether he know it or not. But I thought the rich was his friends. But it's all backfiring on them. Like to party all the time, party all the time. I'm saying there ain't no more dollar stores, bro. Ain't no more. They got some cheap shit at the Dollar General, I think. Checks so real bad. Ain't nobody talking anyway.
I mean, it's not like they're vet ball. It's not like they're vet ball guys who are action movie stars, like
Nobody talking anyway.
Like, just shave it off and you actually might get more movie roles. It's possible John Cena might be better looking if he just goes ahead and shaves the hair. So, how do they haircuts and transplants and just what's going on with hair relations with your
Man, if money I get to you, partner, but I'm broke.
So why not the wear on the top of your head?
I got no money, man. Wish I did.
We all topics continues.
Wish I did. I definitely give him a couple dollars.
To the Pacers in the first round of the series. They won the first round of the series. It was a lot of Shador talk. Could the Bucks be in jeopardy of losing Giannis?
What up, A-Wall? Excuse me.
We've touched on this a little bit.
What's happening with you, fella?
You know, Giannis has been incredibly loyal to Milwaukee. He's won a championship for Milwaukee. There's been a lot of talk for a lot of years about him leaving, and he's never left.
Thought Rob Moses has to be up.
Go on to the next thing, in part because they think the Bucks have exhausted every single resource at their disposal. It's time for Giannis to move on, and it's kind of time for the Bucks to rebuild. No?
Yeah, I mean, look, they won a championship. So at that point, you had a great player.
That's cool.
Things Scoring scores. If he moves on,
See, mom got the chillings, huh?
This series is prepared to start ending Giannis's career, but because it is 2-1, it's still a long way to go. Up next, we've got
That's cool. Y'all gonna go watch?
Every Saturday morning at 6 a.m. Eastern and every Sunday morning at 5 a.m. Eastern. Don't forget to join us every weekend morning at 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN 2, and ESPN
At least you got some smoke, man. Shit. I did get a blunt yesterday from my little homie.
I think so. Man, I missed 40. My body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T. I've heard about Nugenix. That really works since I started.
Rob Moses ass to be up.
I feel more energized at work.
It's windy. I got up to walk, but shit, I'm like, shit. I ain't had no jacket or nothing on. I'm like, shit, a nigga need a jacket or something on. So I'm trying to get back home now. So I can get slip something on. I'm not gonna make this right. But I'm gonna make this turn.
No showers anticipated.
Say, mom's got them babies.
Is your AC ready for summer? Don't wait for the heat to hit. With airflow,
I don't like how my tires do that, cuz. But it always was doing that ever since I got here. So I don't know if it's the ground or what.
don't sweat. 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning has your back. Here to keep your home cool all summer. Visit 1 Hour.
Rob Moses' ass ain't up.
Financing options available. Broker license number 1001607.LLC.
You got it, go Galindo. I'm Josh Galindo, owner of Galindo Group Real Estate. We're not a real estate company, we're a lifestyle brokerage with over 20 years of experience. When you work with us, you get more than a realtor. You get an entire team dedicated to creating an experience you'll love. Start to finish, design or
Shit. Fucking stomach now. I'm so tripping. All of a sudden, boy's stomach acting up, man. So here they go. Yeah. Party all the time, party all the time. Party all the time.
sometimes. Sometimes. Do I like it? I don't like work.
Yeah, the way he likes.
So AWOL taking his girl to the movies. What you other folks got playing today? All right.
Thank you.
Using my card, brother. Nobody talking, huh? Motherfucker just staring at the screen, huh? I'll bring my monkey ass off here if ain't nobody talking. What's up, dear? What's happening with it?
The enthusiasm of teammates when they get selected. Terry Arnold was live on ESPN Radio's draft coverage with Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, Shador might not get drafted, bro, at all. At all. It's a sad shit, homie. But he played his cards wrong.
For a number of years, I imagine that was one of the coolest moments you've experienced covering an NFL draft.
Yeah, it's windy and cool out here right now, too.
Absolutely awesome. And, credit to Ian Simmons, who, when Terry Arnold was out there trolling the Green Bay.
It looked like I kind of did some research, trying to figure out why he ain't got drafted so far. But I kind of see how. No, ain't no grudges. He didn't evaluate good.
We usually get a little heads up in advance. Our producer, Rob Kelly, does as to who to pick up. And we're about to wrap up with Terry.
He didn't evaluate good, cuz it was 150 something, 56 quarterbacks qualified for this draft. They want to throw their name in the hat. As far as college football go, you got 156 quarterbacks, bro. Cuz on the bottom of the totem pole. He was ranking like 120 something in all kind of categories, cuz. He wasn't up there with the top 10, 8 and shit like that. He was 120 something. Out of 150 something goddamn quarterbacks, bro. That's bad.
How surprised are you that nobody is drafted him yet? Very surprised. And I don't know.
That's bad. And like I say, he tight with Tom Brady. Tom Brady is involved with the Raiders. They didn't touch Cubs. But it's a few quarterbacks that got taken in the third round, did something in the NFL. Tom Brady, Kirk Cousins, a few others. Dak Prescott was a 4th round draft pick. Dak Prescott was.
How this is all gone down. You can't think this has anything to do with on the field. There has never been anything.
You know what I mean? So and Cubs didn't do no combines.
Is it truly a circus?
He didn't do the East-West Shrine game. He didn't do shit.
Do you want to bring him in as a backup quarterback?
Yeah, Tom Brady was a 3rd round pick. Kirk Cousins was a 3rd round pick. They was named a few quarterbacks who went late. It turned out to be all right. Dak Prescott was a 4th round pick. He the highest paid quarterback right now. Dak is. But Cubs didn't rank well. That nigga was like 120 something category. Then they say, like getting the ball out your hands real fast. He ranked low in that. He was like 126 for getting the ball out your hand. They want the quarterback to throw the ball in 2 seconds. They say it take Cuz longer than 3 seconds to deliver the football. So Tom Brady passing on him, Cuz. And everybody saying, well, he threw 64 touchdowns with 13 interceptions his last 2 years playing college football, but that don't mean shit. Yeah, but Dak got his bag, though. But Dak was a 4th round pick. Y'all hold on a second. I gotta go in the house to grab a jacket. I can't be talking. She's still in the bed. Hold on. My glasses there. Hey, Calvin. Shit, not much, man. Thought Rob Moses' ass might be here. He should have me a blizzard, man. Wishing I had me a blizzard, man. Give me some money. I'm gonna get me a nice sack, man. I'm gonna stock up this time. I'm gonna stock up on the 3rd. Make sure I have me some weed for a while. Next month. I'm going out like that this month coming. Ain't nobody saying nothing on here.
Everything you need, nothing you don't. Restrictions apply. Hey, it's Chris Fox. Yep, morning radio guy, and I want to be your trusted Las Vegas realtor. I've called Las Vegas my home for over 34 years, and I know it like the back of my hand. And I've helped a lot of Las Vegas just like you. So whether you're buying, selling, investing, or you have a property that needs a lot of TLC, I can help. Just call me at 702-419-4346.
Yeah, man, fucking YouTube, cuz still ain't giving me my goddamn money, man.
Simply Vegas Real Estate.
How y'all take 80-something 90 days to pay a person when they make the threshold for payment? I don't understand that.
1100.
I don't understand how that works, bro. Now, if they get that shit to me next month on the 20-something, glad I ain't monetizing no more. I'm glad of that, cuz I ain't letting them motherfuckers make a penny off of me again, bro. I'm not gonna make YouTube a penny. Fuck them. They got more than that. Shit might change because it's Tyrants.
Talking about this Thunder Grizzlies series, he made the point.
They all these other countries finna tax YouTube.
In the NBA playoffs, that maybe the series should just end. Your thoughts?
See, we got YouTube, we got Google.
Necessarily be against it because
They all in these other countries. Everybody using Google and YouTube. Everybody.
You know, they're not winning
all around the world, bro.
Here's the thing. 50%.
Now they finna get cut out of their shit.
But if the game ends and you lose by 50,
the Chinese finna start fucking with Google. They got their own shit too.
50. You can cut it to 49.
See, Trump done ran motherfuckers off. Amazon. It hurted Amazon, these tie wraps. People from Europe was ordering Amazon too. Y'all Temu shoppers. The Temu shoppers. Y'all shit finna go up. Y'all know how y'all getting these nice ass deals on Temu? Ain't gonna be no more. Because of tie wraps. That's the Chinese shit. That Temu.
Number one, Nico Harrison, the general manager of the Mavericks, has been much maligned since trading Luka Doncic, and he keeps trying to explain what exactly happened. Take a listen.
When you were kicking the idea of this trade around, and you had various scenarios playing in your head, did the anger and outrage of
your fan base? These tie wraps fucking up a lot of shit, bro. Trump thought he was doing something and it backfired. Then we got this black general, Langley, Uncle Tom motherfucker. You stay out of Africa affairs. Like dude said, they always want to get a black man to do it against the black man. Always. I'm talking about the Burkina Faso dude. They tried to kill Cuz 20 times since 2022. Tried to kill him. The French tried to pay one of his loyal soldiers $41 million to kill him. The French. The French is some dirty motherfuckers, cuz. France is some dirty son of a bitches, man. I'm telling you. Now some of these African countries are uniting together because of that dude from Burkina Faso. Now Nigeria, some other motherfuckers, they all getting involved with him too. And they don't want that.
nominee number one. Evan, who's next?
But it's about time Africa stand the fuck up. All these other, the Dutch, the French, the English, the Americans, and everybody else, the rape fucking Africa. Been raping Africa for the longest. Taking all this shit. Now Africa saying, fuck y'all. We good. We don't need you motherfuckers. They told France Airline, get out of here. We don't want y'all. Get your military out of here. Get this out of there.
Belief in achieving what many may deem impossible. Travis Hunter, he embodies belief.
Right on, Africa. The rest of y'all come together too, man. With these other African countries kicking all these other motherfuckers out their shit. Y'all get it on, man. We stand with y'all.
Was actually a statement for how we plan to move, who we are, and we want him to be nothing more than him. Because when he is,
yeah, but the France is dirty, bro. The French is dirty. Now they pissed off with Africa.
Couldn't be more jacked to be sitting right.
I'm glad Africa taking a stand, bro.
For the man of the hour. Evan, the water coolers in Jacksonville don't have.
It's about fucking time.
Hey, listen, he's 70. He's 70. You might as well. You know, ain't no sense in half stepping.
Evan, I don't know if you realize that the blades of grass that Travis Hunter runs over at the Jaguars practice facility will grow twice the rate of those who would not run over by Travis. But talk about putting pressure on God.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Ain't none of y'all smoking on motherfucking weed this morning, man?
See how it goes in the NFL. He's a talented player. I'm excited to watch him. And then our guy Mark Zinno hosts on ESPN Radio, and he's a nominee for the worst take of the week on Hammer and Evan here on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Because I know it hasn't gone well for Shadur Sanders, but both you and I think was perhaps a bit of a stretch. This is from Game Night on ESPN Radio.
Shadur Sanders is going undrafted. Let's just look at this.
Something wrong?
There's not a quarterback needy team, and a team that could perceive needing a quarterback at this point.
Yeah, I need one too, cuz I ain't got no weed, man.
Why? Because they pass on him 3 times already.
Something wrong?
If you are taking a quarterback in the 6th and 7th round of the NFL draft, that means you have no intention of ever starting. So if you need a quarterback, why would you draft one in the 7th round that you're not ever 6th or 7th round that you don't ever intend to play?
I don't know if Shador is going to go undrafted. I highly doubt that. I think somebody's going to give him a chance. And listen, you draft a guy for depth. You draft a guy for a lot of reasons. And sometimes, look, Brock Purdy, they didn't draft him to start, and he just took him to a
Brock Purdy was the last person taken in the draft.
Drafted as like a favorite.
Yeah.
So at some point, I think someone's going to use a pick. Although I can't vote for this take to be the worst of the week until Shadur Sanders actually comes off the draft board in Green Bay. And then finally, Joe Fortin. You love him. Joe and Q.
Brock Purdy was the last guy taken, so.
Trevor Lawrence take this one may be even more ridiculous than the last. Take a listen.
When a new general manager and a new.
It's a chance he could get drafted still. We'll see.
Supernova with a trade like this for their first big transaction as a new franchise. To grab a player like Travis Hunter, who's got star power for days, they are making it very clear this gentleman right here is the face of our franchise. When we go to London, we're no longer a laughingstock. Travis Hunter is the guy we're promoting in London. He'll be on the billboards. Travis Hunter is the jersey we're going to be selling.
So they
I don't care what Trevor Lawrence gets.
playing in London this year, though, the Jaguars.
Good for him, but this is.
I really don't think that's that bad of a tank. I could see this new regime wanting Travis Hunter to be part of a franchise, and it actually isn't, a bad guy to have.
No, I need one too, bro.
Trevor Lawrence makes $55 million a year. And if the Jaguars are going anywhere, Travis Hunter's got to be really good. But Trevor Lawrence has to be the face of their franchise on the billboards that they post in London. Evan, which take to you is the worst this week?
Oh, by far is Nico Harrison. You didn't know how important Luka was? What? That's insane.
I feel bad for Nico. I'm giving it to James Gladstone, the GM of the Jaguars. Congratulations.
I thought maybe the homie would be up. But he ain't.
Draft next.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Monday, we'll react to the rest of the draft.
Yes, he could have run him to the pharmacy today. And I saw him yesterday.
6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN 2.
The Sports Cup in Nevada. Anything that goes.
Yeah, but I did some research, man, and his evaluation wasn't good at all, bro.
Nevada is the driest.
Not good at all, bro.
We must work together to preserve our limited water resources for future generations of Nevadans.
And they was talking about like
So you can help do your part.
the way he played, I had problems with edge rushers and getting certain passes off. I don't know how they do that evaluation thing, but they do. And they say that boy Dart, he did good at them combines, and plus he played in the East-West Shrine game, the Senior Bowl, and all that shit. You see what I'm saying?
NVWaters.com and following us on social media.
And you're playing against some of the nation top talent when you in those games. It's like a fucking all-star game.
The best plumbing and AC.
Cuz didn't do nothing.
And you know, I'm said I love my dog house, and that's why we'll give you 10.
And that's where he fucked up at, y'all.
You have a pet in the house. Not kidding. At FetchATech Air Conditioning and Plumbing,
That's where he fucked up at. He should have did all that shit.
So what you waiting for? Call or Google FetchATech and get an automatic.
He should have did all that shit, cuz. They ain't call Shiloh now.
And as we all know, you can always trust someone who loves dogs. So call FetchATech.
They ain't call Shiloh now.
And we're doggone fast. And if you have a pet, you get 10% off plumbing or AC repairs and a $49 turnout. So call FetchATech right now. It's 702
So it's crazy.
509 2000 or just Google FetchATech. That's 702 509 2000 or Google FetchATech and we'll come a running.
A lot of people say, oh, he trying to think he gonna get drafted off his daddy name and blah, 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 blah. But that's the shit I don't understand. His daddy didn't play. Well, his daddy played, but not with his sons. His sons went out there and played. They ran around. They threw the ball. They was tackling motherfuckers that can on. His kids was. Not him. Yeah, the daddy coached them, but they played.
Contractors in industrial hardware, tools, parts, and supplies to power your next project.
And you can't sit up here and say they can't play. Shit, we was watching them on TV play.
Dale Industrial Hardware, fast, easy, and built for the pros.
Modelo is an official cerveza of the Las Vegas Raiders and the JT the Brick Show. Modelo Especial is a rich, full-flavored Pilsner-style lager, delivering a
As far as who better than who, but we definitely seen the kids play.
With the Press Box, weekday mornings starting at 7 here on ESPN Las Vegas, 1100 AM and 100.9 FM, KWWN Las Vegas.
But I'm looking for Travis Hunter to be an impact right out the gate. I ain't doing shit talking to the few people that's talking to me. Trying to see if my homie still want to run to the pharmacy today.
92nd pick, the Seattle Seahawks have selected quarterback Alabama, Jalen Milroe.
He probably ain't up yet. He worked last night.
Teams know that.
Light it up. Cause I ain't smoking shit. Fucking YouTube, man. That's why I'm done with the ass, girl. That's why I'm done with them motherfuckers.
The Dion factor that is scaring teams away. Did he not interview well?
32 teams for 3 rounds, who basically 100 picks have said, we don't think this guy can help us win.
Yeah, they owe me $111 before I shut it down.
That says, hey, this guy can help us win games. The 2025 NFL Draft on ESPN.
I thought I'd get it this month, but look like they're gonna make me wait till next month, because they say next month, May 21st, between May 21st, May 26th. But I made the money a a month ago, way before the 20-something.
Upon us, 102 picks in the books, and of course the
But
big story,
they rolling it over another 40 days. That's what I don't understand.
In this draft over the last several months has yet to be selected.
That's what I don't understand.
For day 3 of the 2025 NFL draft.
Nigga ran out of tissue, all kind of shit, but the homie hit me with a couple bucks this morning. I just went and got me a drink, a cigar, some tissue.
Who spoke about the slide of Shedeur Sanders past the end.
I needed that little money. Shit, I can give me something to eat with that. And something to smoke.
Extremely high in this draft. Now,
But they bullshitting about giving me my money, man. I don't understand them.
Right there. But we thought that I have an edge. I know what winners or what winner that he's got his blood by. I do know that. And consequently, with my first-hand knowledge of my relationships over the years with Dion, and I know I've watched 2 or 3 ball games with his son. And so with my knowledge of what have you, I know where the character is there. And boy, it is great character. It is unbelievable, competitive, winning character for sports.
Well, when you go through an adversity of the first,
maybe the Cowboys are grabbing.
In a historic slide, a lot of character can certainly be built.
Maybe Jerry Jones would do Dion a favor and draft this boy.
He would be better for the entire experience, and we will get into it more.
Dak need a backup, don't he? Who they back up over there? Who the Cowboys back up?
Thank you. Thank you.
Come on, you can do better than that. Let's go.
Thank you to the University of Wisconsin Marching Band for setting the tone for what will be an important day to the NFL and all their clubs. And thank you, Green Bay, for the hospitality and for making this such an incredible experience. You were wonderful, so thank you. Before we get started, I want to thank a couple of special guests over to my right here. Next to me, we have local Green Bay business owners who have helped make this draft happen. Thank you. We couldn't have done it without you. We also have behind us all 32 international fans of the year who have traveled from around the globe to be here in Green Bay. Thank you.
International fans.
Also
See,
on stage,
that's what America's NFL trying to do. They trying to get international money. That's why they playing in London and Germany and Ireland and Mexico's and shit now. Having games in other countries. They trying to tap into that market. America about to fuck that up with tire wraps. Watch what I tell you.
The 2025 NFL Draft is now officially
Trump would have fucked that up too.
are on the clock.
And some of the selections going here in just a bit, but we turn to the story of the day, and that is the slide of Shedeur Sanders. And we start.
But they finna tax their ass for that.
Executive VP of Football Operations for the Jets and the Dolphins. What are the discussions behind the scenes?
Yeah, Europe, all these other countries, they finna tax
on teams that are considering
Google, YouTube.
Why has it taken?
See, them is American countries. Companies, I mean. YouTube started in the Bay Area.
Exactly. Look, by any measure, guys.
MC Hammer was in on that. They brought MC Hammer in on the YouTube. Them dudes from San Mateo who started YouTube.
Better football players. And when you run a team in a constrained
Hammer was in on that with them.
Amount of picks, and
they wanted to have my opinion on all that shit too.
The first pick in the 4th round last year, Jontavian Sanders averages $1,250,000.
But all of them finna get taxed. Amazon, Google, YouTube. Some of these other countries finna stop using Google. They're gonna use this thing China got.
Now, when you look at it subjectively, I've talked to a lot of people last night.
There are a lot of motherfuckers saying, fuck our money. They getting out our banking system.
The starter. But I look at great leaders, guys like Sean McVay, Mike Tomlin. They could certainly handle it. Andy Reid, Philadelphia, amongst other teams. And look, you hear maybe things that go great in Indy with his combine interviews. So guess what? Like, I can give you dozens of players that had bumps in the road. We drafted Laramie Tunsil at the Dolphins who had a gas mask on. And that was a great pick. Johnny Manziel, Baker Mayfield, just to name a few guys who didn't have great interviews. Now, look, one of the things, Chris, long-winded way to answer your question is, if I was with a team, I'd be on the phone with him last night. I'd be on the phone with him this morning.
Did I lose y'all?
What would you have done differently?
Let me come back.
Great expression. Quarterbacks who have been taken in the fourth round or later who have made more than one Pro Bowl in their career. So it's not like, as you were just detailing with those first couple of examples, it's unprecedented. Jordan Reed.
Cold soul, get that weed rolled up.
Analyst. How stunning is this? And just, I'm not going to ask why it happened because none of us truly know. But what do you just make of it at this point?
It's very stunning. I'm shocked. I mean, that's the easiest way to put it. He was my 19th ranked player. And, everyone says there's some variables that come with Shedeur, but at this point, I just don't see why it's not worth the squeeze to try to get this player. I think there's plenty of juice left for that. But last night, sitting in our hotel room, just trying to jot down some notes, just trying to figure out which teams make the most sense. And one that I thought was really interesting that a lot of people have not said yet is the San Francisco 49ers. They have the 11th pick in the fourth round today, 113 overall. They're going through a contract dispute with Brock Purdy right now. So taking Shedeur Sanders could give them some leverage in that talks. And then also Kyle Shanahan was on the Washington coaching staff when they selected Kirk Cousins behind RG3. We've seen plenty of comparisons for Shedeur. Kirk Cousins has been one of those players named as somebody that potentially that he could turn into. And I think he would be a great fit in San Francisco. And I mean, at this point, why not? You have a bunch of draft picks already here on day 3. Getting a player like that to be your backup to potentially even push Brock.
Yeah, you can get him for low.
$50 million a year. You have that leverage.
Get him for low.
Our 2-time Super Bowl champion
and develop him. Bring him in, backing up. Type of shit, man.
You had to wait until the third round when you were selected back in 2004, but
man, you ain't got to give him all that money. He good. He already a millionaire. Shedeur. He became a millionaire in college. Probably was a millionaire before he went to school. His daddy probably gave him millions. Deion was smart. He had trust funds for them kids. If he was smart, so he ain't like the boy broke. You know what I mean? I see somebody.
Origin story here. If you use it correctly and productively, and that's what I want to see. I think wherever he goes, like you said, there's going to be a following. You're going to have cameras.
Let me see if the homie got up. Hold on.
How do you use that platform to yourself to build yourself in a positive image? Our college football.
Let me see if the homie got his ass up, man.
Has had Colorado several times here the last couple of years. Give me a sense, Ian, of knowing what you know about this young man around that whole situation as well.
Yeah, he worked last night. I knew he might still be in the bed, man.
Well, from what I saw in person, and having had Colorado, as you mentioned a couple of times, this dude is tough as nails. I mean, when you ask a quarterback to step into a throw and deliver it, knowing you're going to get belted in the chest, and on the very next snap, come back the very next rep, and deliver a throw and get belted in the chest again. Shedeur Sanders got hit more than any other quarterback in college football the last 2 years, and got up and delivered every single time. He's tough as a hobnailed boot. I mean, that's bottom line. Now, here's the question about Shedeur. We all agree he's talented. He should have already been off the board and gone and on a team.
Yeah.
When you go in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round or UDFA, like T, you built these teams. Jordan, you evaluated all these guys. Now you are depth on a team and a developmental player. You are depth at a position or contributing on special teams. You're the guts of a team.
is he going to be willing to come in with confident humility?
Well,
that's the question.
But let me ask you.
You had Tim Tebow, right?
Yeah. Why do you think I'm sitting here? No.
Yeah, they did Tim Tebow like that.
I'll have to follow that up. You knew where I was going with that, right?
So did Tim Tebow like that, cuz. He was a national player of the year, all kinds of shit.
What?
And they didn't want to fuck with Cuz, that quarterback.
He doesn't have a choice. Doesn't he have to come in with humility? Like,
sure did. Forget about Tim Tebow.
You can't be a knucklehead and be a backup. You know? Like, those things are like, every GM has one mathematical formula on their.
But it ain't too many of these motherfuckers gonna come in there starting.
Anthony Johnson, the first day he was the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, says to Dan Marino,
And
I'm going to wake you up. He says to
I wish Cam Ward well, but we'll see.
Yep. So my point is, like,
What division Tennessee Titans in?
doesn't he have to compare himself as a 4th, 5th rounder?
Is that the South?
Be a backup.
Who is that? The Titans? Jacksonville? Who all in that division?
Yes. Will he, Jordan Reed? That's the question.
Houston and who else?
He has to come into a situation of where he has to understand he's got to put his head down, just be willing to be that behind-the-scenes worker, especially as a backup quarterback, that day 3 guy, somebody that's not guaranteed to make the team. But it's just what type of value are you adding as that backup quarterback? Just because I'm of the belief that the backup quarterback is a top 10 most important position on the roster to me. Especially
Napoleon said the same thing.
I'm a firm believer of that, especially when you have a quarterback. A young
that
quarterback,
division.
somebody into the building, you want that veteran just to share.
Well, he might get away with that division.
Whoever he is drafted to, they don't need you. Period. As a day 3 guy, they don't need you.
Titans, Colts, Jaguars,
right now. You really
and
have to
Tech.
build your way
The
up.
Colts shouldn't even be in there.
That's it. And you're already working your way up. You're not a first rounder. You're not a second rounder. These are some of the guys that hardly ever make.
Colts shouldn't even be in there. Indianapolis more like North.
And keep your head down and work.
It's day 3 of the NFL draft on ESPN Radio, the 4th round.
Indianapolis.
The Tennessee Titans with the first. Student running back from Virginia Tech goes to the Jaguars with the 2nd pick. I want to ask this as more of a philosophical question. You think back to when Deion was drafted, and he talked to a team like the New York Giants, who had the 9th pick at the time, and they started asking him all this, and he said, "What pick do you have?" And they said the 9th pick. He said, "Well, I'm not going to be there."
Vacuum.
And
no, they the South. That's what I said.
you've been brought up one way. You're in
Tennessee's the South. Colts ain't no South.
letting everybody know who you are.
Shit, Indianapolis is more like North of them.
Is there any way to have a dramatic turn of events like this over a 48-hour period completely change the way you operate? Is this a big enough knockout punch for you to get back up and to be able to do it? Because, Mike, I have to be honest.
Shit, they consider Florida the South somewhat.
Only operated one way.
Miami Dolphins should be there in the South.
What Max just said about, like, are you going to take this and learn from it? And there's a great expression that applies here, which is fear does the work of reason. And if Shedeur Sanders,
that's what I said.
Does he want to be a world-class competitor and a
The
quarterback?
coast is in the South, but that ain't the South.
In the last league.
The South is Texas, Mississippi, Arkansas, Georgia, Alabama, Florida. That's your goddamn South.
Quarterback for him, you got to be single.
Kentucky, South Carolina, North Carolina. They considered that the South
I mean, around Favre, Jason Taylor.
back in the day.
Like the great ones, are just wired differently. And he has an opportunity to be like.
That's exactly what I mean. What the fuck the coast is in the South Division for?
But my whole point from a GM perspective is
put Miami there, send the coach somewhere fucking else.
Risk reward. This is a no-brainer. Like, you're in the 4th round. Like, you could flush this at any point. Like, statistically,
if you gonna stay true to the goddamn geographics of this country, how you gonna put a North team in the South?
Guess what? If today goes well,
that's like putting the Rams in the NFC East.
You've got to learn that lesson, Chris, just to survive professionally. Then I'll turn and ask this question. We've got Deion. And
look, my lighter go, cuz.
over the last 2 years as we have talked about where this young man might end up. There's been discussions about trying to handle, well, we will go here, but we won't go there. And then they backed off some of that. Is there any part of Deion Sanders that today is looking in the mirror and saying, we handled this pretty badly for my son, and it's working against him right now? Because this feels like it is a collective thing here, Jordan.
Yeah, just because this time last year, all you heard about was,
I don't need to Google nothing. That's what I'm telling you. I asked y'all what division Tennessee was in, the South, and I asked who all was in that division.
Candidate always.
Then I said who? Jacksonville, the Texans, and then y'all said the Colts.
It seemed like it
is in that division. And I say they shouldn't be. Because Indianapolis is not the South.
Aggressive with their approach. Not saying Deion was dictating which team could draft him, which team shouldn't draft him, but I think they came in very aggressive with their approach. And I think now he's thinking maybe I should have just stayed a little bit more behind the scenes and let it all play out. But once again, that's
I know. We talking about the NFL.
I actually honestly love what he said. He always wants to put his son in the best position possible, but I just think there were some other ways he probably thought he should have went about it.
Yeah, I mean,
I know
everything that Jordan said, but the only thing I say is he's never going to admit it.
And I'm just telling you, Indianapolis is not South.
With the mea culpa, right? I mean, very, very few people want to publicly go on.
Indianapolis is not the South.
And that's what's going to happen. He's going to do it silently, but it's not going to be something that you catch on camera, something that you catch on a
So why put him there?
But not even publicly. Is a mentality like that of Deion that he's had for his entire life capable of looking in the mirror and saying,
you should put the Dolphins in there.
I hosted shows with Deion.
They the South.
In Dallas. I'm a Deion fan. Full disclaimer, the Deion Sanders that I know is not going to say, even in private, I was wrong. It's not going to happen. He believes that he did everything right for his son. And there's zero doubt. There's not a bone in my body. There's not a fiber.
You say Sanders is right. Just Google it.
That has Deion Sanders saying I was wrong.
I know what division they in, cuz. I know.
Missing on his son.
Guys, I'm just telling you right now, if the five of us were running,
I ain't got to Google shit. I know what division they in.
Jaden Daniels, Commanders drafted him. Mom comes in. Nice to meet you. They're drafting the son, right? Like.
Who you talking about, Slime?
Job. It's for you. Do you want a Shador?
But y'all get off of that, Calvin and Dier.
Go by what we see. This is
the question was, is Deion?
Can y'all get off of that, cuz?
I care about my team and this player.
I don't know what you talking about, Slime Ball.
The equipment staff, the trainer, the strength coach, the nutritionist, the player development person. If you are a whatever word I can say.
You motherfuckers still on this NFC South shit, cuz. And I don't give a fuck about the NFC South. I'm a goddamn Buffalo Bills fan. Fuck every other team in the NFL but the Bills, cuz. I don't give a fuck about none of them goddamn teams.
One of the best players in this draft.
Right, yeah.
And you motherfuckers still on this South shit.
When he gets in that building, Max, you were there.
Yeah.
Like, did anybody ask, about your mom? No. It was about Max Starks and, how, now, you came in at
this is different, though, Mike.
I know. I'm not getting mad.
Right, but once he's in the building.
I'm not getting mad. I'm tripping off to you motherfuckers acting like I don't know what division the Colts is in.
But no one's taking him.
I know what division the Colts is in. And I know where Indianapolis is at. And it ain't in the South.
But isn't that what a good organization does?
That's all I'm saying. But the NFL can do what the fuck they want to do. They can put the goddamn sorry-ass Chicago Bears in the AFC South. I don't give a fuck.
All right, well, that's what I would go to next, because...
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. But y'all trying to make it seem like I don't understand. And I do.
And
Indianapolis is in the South.
It's even a little bit dicey, or you have a starter.
The AFC South. But if you do the geographics of this country, they not in the South. That's all I'm telling y'all.
That was a firm slap on that.
But the NFL can do what the fuck they wanna.
Right on the knee, and I'm not gonna lie, I could use an ice pack right now. But having said that, Mike, I mean, like,
that's all I'm telling y'all. They in the north.
Biggest media market in the world.
They up north.
This pressure is like
Indianapolis.
will be to this.
But
The northern part of the country.
Six teams, right? Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts.
Midwest or wherever the fuck they at.
With Matthew Stafford, Jerry Jones, like, isn't there context here? I get it.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, like someone who's much more tenuous as a start. Bryce Young, if you draft Shedeur Sanders and Bryce Young throws 3 interceptions, I get it. But right, if you're Stafford, if you're Hurts, if you're Hurts,
that's all the fuck I'm saying. And then you should have let it alone.
I'm just surprised that a good.
That's all you had to say. Yeah, I don't understand why they put him in the South neither.
Yeah, well, I mean, and you can name
that's all.
More names. I mean, because Patrick Mahomes. I mean,
if you fucking know that,
throw him in there just like you did with Patrick Mahomes and Alex.
Oh yeah, that's all it took. Yeah, you're right. They ain't in the southern part of the country.
But I think the other thing that has to be
and leave it at that
is at the end of the day, if you do have a dicey quarterback situation, you have a guy who has skill. You have a guy who's game ready that can in those situations. I sat there.
If you know Indianapolis ain't in the South.
5 different quarterbacks have won games for us and took us to the playoffs. And we're in the 4th round. Like you said, all bets are off. Mike T, you can confirm this. This is passion board day for the scouts. That's right, right? First 2 days is GM, owner, head coach. That's Super Bowl. This is passion board day. A scout gets to go up and actually talk about why this guy.
That's all I'm saying. And like I told you, I don't give a fuck about no goddamn team in football but the Buffalo Bills.
We're gonna manage it and let's go from there. And Shedeur, like,
fuck your Cowboys, fuck your Patriots,
you do your work.
Fuck your Eagles and all them motherfuckers. If it ain't Buffalo, suck my dick, nigga.
Because Chris Ferris,
I don't give a fuck.
99 was a 2nd-round pick for the Steelers, offensive lineman. He got cut in training camp.
Now that's where I stand.
And I was like, oh,
as far as sports go,
I don't know what to do. And I'm in the room. I'm in the room. My draft mate in training camp was Nathaniel.
Nigga, I represent the Bills like I can get my crippin' on if I need to, nigga.
I'm a solo artist in my room.
That's how I stand with Buffalo.
He was a very next pick.
Win or lose.
And then the next year, I had Alonzo Jackson as my roommate.
No, I don't give a fuck about none of these other goddamn teams. Believe that.
I never got comfortable until they said,
fuck them and feed them fish.
And I was like, so the only person that gets cut here is me.
There's no
nigga. Give a fuck about a coat, nigga.
Guess what? Braylon didn't make it past 2 weeks. I mean, I saw it and I felt that pressure even as a 3rd-round draft pick. So for sure, he has to understand you're not safe. You are not safe, and you must keep your nose clean.
He is 2-time Super Bowl champion with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Max Starks. We've got our GM, Mike Tannenbaum.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, don't you worry about my motherfucking blood pressure, nigga. You worry about yours. My blood pressure is fucking fine.
Every time I introduce him that way, I'm Chris Carlin. It's ESPN Radio's coverage of Day 3 of the NFL Draft. We do need to address one other part.
You got motherfuckers on there know the answer, but still going against the answer.
Folks like Stephen A.
You know the correct answer, but you're still going against it.
Last night. Quote, this is a damn disgrace.
Yeah, true enough, they in the AFC South Division. The NFL could do what the fuck they want.
He doesn't have anything to do with teams hating on Deion.
But the correct answer is Indianapolis is not in the south of the country. They're not a southern country. State, I mean.
A damn disgrace. I don't care what anyone says.
That's the goddamn correct answer.
Whether you agree with the opinion or not.
Now, what the NFL choose to do, they could do. They do what the fuck they want.
That word in this particular instance, Jordan, I'll start with you.
But you ain't gonna sit up here and tell me
No,
that's a southern state.
Another example is when Cam
Indianapolis, Indiana. Ain't that Indiana?
Panthers. And I just think teams don't want to risk having, Mike T alluded to it a little bit earlier, having your backup potentially overshadow your starter.
You ain't gonna sit here and tell me that's a Southern state.
Cam had a huge ego. He had a lot of pride. I think that was one of the reasons why he didn't have a longer career. But the vibe that I get, and Mike T can give a better opinion, whenever just from outside of
and the only reason why
GMs or teams in
South Carolina, North Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, and all them is considered the South because they was the Confederacy.
Minnesota, for example, they have a young quarterback.
That was your Confederacy.
If JJ doesn't go out there and play well, everybody's going.
Most of your Federals came from New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and them states.
A starting quarterback.
That's where your Federals came from.
Don't want to deal with that comes with,
and they fought the South.
Yeah, no, but again, I
know your fucking history.
Context is everything.
They fought the South. North Carolina was one of the Confederacy strongholds. North Carolina was.
Make this a football conversation. There's a time and place to have other important conversations. The president weighed in on this. I know. He's at the funeral for the Pope. Yep. And he's talking about.
No, because you kept getting at me foul with that South shit. Talking about what the fuck the NFL said.
Context is
or doing.
Last night
and laughing at me and putting up laughing ass emojis and carrying on.
For 2 decades. Somebody should take advantage of this opportunity now.
Is what the fuck you was doing.
I don't disagree with that last part that you just said one bit. But the whole blackball thing, just stop. Honey hush.
You said, but yet still you only said you getting all upset, but we all know Indianapolis, Indiana's not the South.
And we were embedded with the
well, you should have let it alone.
The entire college football
you should have let it alone then, cuz you should have said, Zach, you right. There's not a Southern state.
Amazing.
Well, and left it at that.
Been drafted, and he has a prototypical arm and
mind. What up, Damu? But I'm saying you up here with this bullshit, cuz.
Stop. Just.
And you kept giving me jive about it, huh?
He fell out of the first and continued to fall. We never dreamed that he would get to the.
You kept giving me jive about what's facts, man.
Early second, hell yeah. But no one's being blackballed here, Max.
No, I think it's more so, like you said, it's the character aspects, it's the media aspect, it's what am I?
I mean, facts, cuz, and you still giving me bullshit about it.
That's something that you have to protect. The locker room is the sanctity, right? It is the most democratic place I've ever been in my life. Because
what's up with it, Damu?
But you have
trying to give me a motherfucking blunt this morning, man. I know the little homie wanted me to take it to the pharmacy.
What a lot of teams are weighing.
Because they ain't responding. See, that's the thing, cuz I don't bullshit and play around, cuz. When we get to the facts, problem solved. It ain't no need to keep going with it.
I'm hard pressed to think that Aaron Rodgers is not a Steeler because whether you love Shador or think he's the worst person ever, like if you're the Steelers,
when you get to the facts, shut it down. It ain't no need to keep going with it.
Caleb Johnson, when you already have Kenneth Gainwell, right?
Jalen Warren.
And Jalen Warren, and you're giving $30 million a year to DK Metcalf.
What the fuck I'm gonna keep arguing over the facts for? If a motherfucker give me the facts and they right, game over. Understood, homie.
So let's say you think Sanders is the worst person ever, right?
Understood.
You're still going to draft a quarterback at some point, right? So to me, like sleeping on it,
like they say, what's understood don't need to be explained.
I don't see any other way this you can recognize.
You got the laundry going?
You let Russell Wilson go. You go get a great receiver.
Send mine to them babies, man.
I thought was a good deal.
Send mine to them babies. But that's the difference between me and a lot of other niggas. I don't do all that unnecessary shit. I ain't gonna be going back and forth with you, cuz.
Like Cleveland, like Pittsburgh.
Fuck that.
Presumably publicly have not.
I ain't gonna be doing that shit because I know what I know.
Already with whatever they're going to do, even though Cleveland took Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round.
Because I know what I know. So why the fuck I'm gonna be going back and forth with a nigga about that shit for? Like I say, when you get to the facts on something, leave it alone. Once you niggas get to the facts on something, game over. Understood. Ain't nothing else need to be said.
He went that early. They were hoping for the 5th or the 6th round. I think he probably was surprised to see his phone light up.
That's the goddamn problem. Motherfuckers get to the facts and they still argue the goddamn point.
GNC. Want to get 30% stronger in
when the facts is all you fucking need.
Whey Bollock is your protein. Third-party tested, ultra pure, proven. Get it at GNC. Okay.
And I think sports ain't nothing but a big ass scam anyway, controlled by the bookies, bro.
At the very top,
The goddamn bookies is NFL, basketball, baseball, and soccer and all that. They sponsors now. The goddamn bookies.
Jaguars at pick number 104. Cam Scatterboo.
So I don't believe in sports anyway to be a true competition.
Giants with the third pick in the
And now you got these kids, they don't give a fuck about no championships. They want a bag.
The New England Patriots. Jack Kaiser.
No, it ain't always been that way.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
You had motherfuckers come in the league wanting to be great, bro. They came in there saying, I'm gonna be great. Walter Payton, Jerry Rice, Chris Carter's, Randy Moss's, motherfuckers like them. They came in there saying, I'm gonna be the motherfucking man. Deion Sanders, niggas like them, Barry Sanders.
Hearing another teammate get drafted and his unbelievable reaction to it.
These kids don't want to be great. They just want to be to play, bro, and get their bag. They don't give a fuck if they don't dominate the league or do whatever, as long as they got their money. And all these motherfuckers who got big contracts, stop all of them.
Family insurance. Evan Cohen here.
Only motherfuckers paying for their bag is Lamar Jackson and goddamn
Well, if you're hiring for your business,
Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes.
5 candidates for your job.
They paying off. Yeah, cuz, but I'm just not the one.
Here's to supper club celebrations and dance.
I'm just not the one to be doing unnecessary shit. Why I'm gonna continue on with something that ain't even necessary when it already been figured out?
Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team.
See, that I don't do, cuz.
Just chase your dreams and
I don't do unnecessary shit.
Protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fear.
And once I get the facts, I'm good.
Get a quote and find an agent at fansfin.com.
With facts, I can bring you the facts on any goddamn thing I talk about. I can bring you the facts to it.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find
That I can do.
A nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
I guess I'm gonna take my ass on in, cuz ain't answering.
You're listening to the 2025 NFL Draft on ESPN Radio.
Yeah, cuz ain't answering, man. I'm going in.
Give the Philadelphia Eagles entirely too much credit, but they have earned it in every which way. And they just made a selection here in the 4th round that I personally absolutely love. And that is defensive tackle Ty Robinson from Nebraska. He goes to Philadelphia. That
Philadelphia.
The New York Jets. Wide receiver Arian
They got some defense in Philly, man. They building on defense in Philly.
Our 2-time Super Bowl champ back starts. Our NFL
They got that boy from Georgia. He killing motherfuckers.
College football reporter Ian Fitzsimmons here at day 3 of the 2020.
Yeah, they got that boy from Georgia. He killing motherfuckers, man. They can't stop that boy. That Carter dude. That Carter dude, they can't fade him, man. That motherfucker like Leon Lett, man. Of the Cowboys. Y'all remember Big Leon Lett? Big Leon Lett was a goddamn beast, man. Out there, knock his ass. I remember that Super Bowl when he forced him on shit on Kelly. He grabbed the football, he took off for the. He down there had a touchdown, but Don Beebe caught up to his ass. Whoops! Raked the ball away from him. Y'all remember that? Don Beebe caught up to his ass. Give me that ball, nigga. Snatched it from him. In that Super Bowl. Where the weed smoke is at this morning? If Lommy ain't answered, he probably ain't even up yet. I ain't got shit, girl. I ain't got shit. Like I said, it took me late yesterday to finally get a blunt. Yeah, it took me late yesterday to get it. Back starting to hurt. Oh, shit. Fucking back starting to bother me, cuz. I don't really go inside, y'all. Get my ass off of here because I can't be talking. They still in the bed. You work today?
Yeah.
What time you leaving?
Huh?
What time you want to leave?
Getting picked up.
Oh, where you working? Prim? Excuse me. All right, I'm gonna kick back, see if the little homie get at me about the pharmacy. I'm out.
An inevitable fact of the disease.